I have two good news for you. First, tomorrow, as you know, I confirm we start later. So we have half an hour more to sleep. And second, in just 1 day to go. That's good. No? I received last mail from my group yesterday. I won't say what time, but it seems that it's not only our group. Something wrong with you guys. You should not be. Oh, I'm happy because work is progressing, but hopefully you will not hate us up. Today is the second day on the topic, growing topic, actors. We discussed the private sector consumers yesterday. Now it's not focusing on society. But let's do society and social economy. We swapped the session because our colleague who is talking about society yesterday. So we'll discuss for the second session. But the logic of combining the two is obvious. Social economy is one of the ways of addressing the issues of sustainable development, particularly at local level, and civil society citizens, actors, and so on. I will not continue with the longest introduction. Piotr and Justyna are colleagues from our Polish office. We have a project office in Poland. We work a lot, not just on social economy, but on different social innovation, testing and experimenting with many things which later we try to replicate in other work in other regions. So please treat this lecture as, first of all, direct knowledge of the topic, but also as an opportunity to learn something, get some ideas on the way, not just how things are being done in social economy sphere, but also in terms of exchange and replication of knowledge. And of course, after the session, just squeeze them as much as possible. So
we will be happy to squeeze some.
Please, the floor is yours.
So hello everybody. My name is Piotr. I'm working in Poland in UGP for 7 years. Now I started my work with more rural development programs. Now it's more social economy, social innovation, and very deep in European Union policies and European Union funding and European Social Fund, funds for agriculture, funds, general fund for development. And this is my colleague Justyna, we're working together. Justyna, could you please tell a few words?
I'm working with the Polish office mainly on communication and social innovation. I'm helping better communicate with project partners and create partnerships for innovative solutions. I'm helping with projects that maybe Piotr will not tell you about, and later on I'll be happy to have some kind of workshop with you, and well, I guess we'll discuss my work more in detail later.
So, I heard from Andrzej and Michal that most of you are interested in social economy. Many people have some background and some experience with social enterprises, social economy. Social economy is, in many countries, the legal system and the recognition of the idea is different. So maybe at the beginning we will try to summarize some of our experience in social economy. So could you please tell us how you understand the social economy? What is social economy for you? Someone have any personal experience with social economy? How you describe the social economy? What word will be describing the idea, the approach for social economy?
What might be the basic difference between regular and social economy?
Yes, please.
For me, it's a social economy, a social business. This business is a business that thinks more about the people and the community. community more than profits, thinking about profits. It's usually not business oriented as such, or profit oriented. Rather, it's much more about giving back to the community and about kind of ownership and control by the people. That's what the social enterprise is.
Yes, it's very, very good. It's very, I can say, innovative definition and innovative approach. Now it's very popular in EU and other big donors. So what about others? Have you got any experience from view of social economy?
Who read that paper about Muhammad Yunus?
Muhammad Yunus. Yes, please.
Which combines economic profit with the social benefits.
Very nice. Very nice. Yes, please.
I think society, runs on these two, the social and then the economic aspect. In every community, people have their social value systems, their culture, their belief systems, the way they govern themselves, their political structure and so on. So all these can be understood under the social aspect. And then the way their livelihood security, how they earn their living, in terms of the activities that they do to survive. Then it can also be classified under the economic aspect. So when you try to study the two together, with the two eyes, social and economic, then you can call it socio-economic.
Yes, very good. Thank you very much. And what about people which are working in the social enterprise? What kind of people are there? That's good.
I think there are just citizens working there. And regarding social economy, I think maybe it concerns private, for example, NGOs, that profit organizations that are not under the control of the government. Maybe this the profit got from that those organizations get is that social economy.
So it's not reliable from the government, independent organizations which are generating profit.
Yeah.
So it's very good. And
I think in many cases people want to become, for example, a social entrepreneur, or what I've seen, they come from the civil society. In many cases, it's very important that they develop themselves to become an entrepreneur or a social entrepreneur, and they try to make a business model which is sustainable in an economical way, but also serve social issues. But I think there are more and more which try to serve environmental issues as well.
very good. And here we touch very important, I think, issue. Because generally I want to start a business, and I have two ways. I can start a social enterprise and a standard, regular enterprise. So how do you think why people are, choosing this for sure topic, but more interesting in the social enterprise? More people want to engage in the social enterprise.
I think the society with experiences, for example, from NGO, and they see that there are some difficulties that they meet, which could be solved with a business model or make it more sustainable.
Interesting. From which country you are?
From Hungary. These are the social or the best or the most successful social enterprises like
Yes, it's okay. You want to say something?
And I said that in your country, I come from Albania. This is an initiative of the government, which initiated this with Vilnius Foundation. And now it is the Ministry of Labor, Social Affairs and Equal Opportunities is working with this foundation to implement the social business. This initiative was launched, if I'm not wrong, in May. And for academic work, it was a little bit of a surprise. Because they were saying that, especially lecturers of economic faculty were saying that, overall before we knew that the business is for profit, and now we have to switch and say it's not only for profit, it's also for social benefits.
that's an interesting point. Do you have experiences with social enterprises really in depth? I mean, do you know if they actually bring profit?
Yes, they bring profits.
Yeah.
We have a project on recycling, working with Roma population. And the condition for recycling activity is that a part of the profit that you get, you should use for social activities with children. For example, organizing summer camps, doing social events with parents of Roma community. So we monitor their income on a regular basis. We say, okay, hey, grow budget now for summer activities or for events with parents or random classes with children. And then a part of this you have to use for this. We support you with, let's say, to make a business plan. When the project was launched 4 years ago, we provided, let's say, a vehicle and a pressing machine. And nothing else, that's all the time we just coach and mentor them. And then we use for this. Also, another one is embroidery association, composed of Roma Egyptian women, who are former beggars, so to speak. So we help them how to keep the needle employed and then find the market. And now they are sustainable because the local government provides a room instead of, we are a couple of organizations, one organization paying the rent, the other one finding raw materials, and now the local government said, okay, we'll give you the room. The other department of development said, okay, we have a limited budget for room to give them regular basis to buy raw materials. So they go
Interesting, thank you.
I think many of them are non-profit, or they can also come from the for-profits field, most of them are non-profit. But we saw during the weekend in our study visit with those Hungarian social enterprises that they created social enterprise to get more funds from the EU, but till they get the grant, they can't sell. So they can just accumulate their product. So in this sense, while they have the grant, they can't sell, so they can afford.
Which organization is this developed by NASA and in agriculture, working in food selling?
We just do social cooperatives.
What?
Agriculture.
One of them was in agriculture, and the other one was a blacksmith.
From my experience, because I work with the private sector and with the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, well, ours is profit-oriented, but in a way, it's a social business because we accumulate the capital. You can transfer ownership. You can donate the capital to another person to set up on his own business and employ more people. Ours is profit-oriented, but it's social in nature because all you're working towards is trying to help someone else set his own business. And we should actually have a plan where the big businesses adopt the small ones and help them pay for subscription fees to business organizations, take them on trade fairs, and equally donate some of our depreciated assets down to them.
Yes, it's very business-oriented approach in social economy. There's in our group someone from Poland, yes?
Yes.
You have an experience from Poland about knowledge about social economy in Poland, how it's look like?
Really?
I'm just asking, don't worry.
Not really, actually.
And which city you are from?
I'm from Katowice. So
I'm from Zabrze. It's very close from Katowice.
Yeah, it's very close. I'm not sure if, but as far as I understand, the social economy is something that helps us to empower the people, yes, who are really actually are not really in a normal situation. They cannot work because they are not able, because they are excluded and so on. But through the social institutions like we help them just to become a part of the business. So, and actually there is a profit, but the profit is shared differently. It's like more fair, or it's so I guess that's the...
Yeah, it's very European-oriented, I think, definition, because in countries like Poland, I think we are starting from thinking about social economy from the people in charge of the labor market. For us, the main goal is to bring back people to the labor market. As a social enterprises, social economy is one of the tools which we are using. So thank you very much. Do you know any organizations in social economy in Poland? No? Barka?
Oh, yeah, I
You
know.
heard about Barka. Very famous.
And just to quickly add to what Piotr said about people who are excluded, in Poland it is legally demanded that half of the people who are constituting an enterprise have to be either in danger of social exclusion or currently in some kind of crisis, either health issues or social issues. So in Poland, for example, it's demanded by the law that the construction of the enterprise is half from the people.
Yeah, it's in the law. There's five groups, I think, five groups which could start a social enterprise. The first is unemployment, long-term unemployment, and this is the biggest group, I think. And handicapped people, people after alcoholics, addicted to narcotics, and this one group, homeless people. This is the main groups which we are working in Poland. So thank you very much for this, brief discussion. And I see now where we on the thinking about social economy, and it was very interesting to see how you think and what you are doing with the social enterprises and social economy. Because in our case, the story is a little different. We was talking about, in our view, a little different situation. Social economy, social business, and it's a little different approach. And now the social business is very much on the agenda, and everyone is interested in this. Professor Yunus made a really good work. We visited 4 months ago. We came to Poland. We came 5 days, and we made a lot of lectures and learned about his experience in social business. It's very impressive what he done. But our situation is a little different. Social economy in Poland started many years ago. Because the first phase of social economy, the first phase we recognize the small agricultural association which was established before the war. Later on, during the communist time, there's a lot of social enterprises because most of the enterprises was kind of social. Everybody living in the social enterprises, buildings, and this is also a social economy. We need to remember this. And now we have a new wave of social economy. This focus on disadvantaged group. Where organizations like ours and other organizations in Poland working to support the people who want to establish a social enterprise, the social economy, and we are bringing the social economy model in Poland. It's a huge potential and a huge project in our case, because the funding from the EU is so huge for the social economy. To do something, to organize this in the broad and systemic way. So we are starting the second generation of social enterprises from 10 years in Poland, and we now want to present you what we are doing and how we support social economy in Poland. After this, Justyna will take the floor, and we will again discuss a little about this, how to social economy is established in different environments.
While you're listening to Piotr, please have in mind the question: what kind of problems could you be facing while trying to do such projects? What kind of things may be obstacles for creating a social enterprise of the sort that Piotr will be showing you, because we will need that later on during the group work. Okay?
Yes, we need to know that in Poland, UNDP is implementing together with 7 other organizations a huge strategic project together with the government also about social economy, and we're trying to establish the strategic way how to a strategic system to support social economies and entities and social enterprises in Poland. Our role is mostly focused on searching for the innovation in social economy sector. There are organizations like Barka. They are working mostly with homeless people and alcoholics, and we are more focused on some meta-analysis, working with the government and trying to see how the social economy should look in the next years. We are looking very much at the social business model. It's something really interesting. It's stand on a different approach that we should start from the business idea and from the profits. It's something new for us, I must say, because we must learn in Poland that social economy should start from the disadvantaged people. We should start from them, talking with them, starting to search for some advantages and how we can support them. Now we are more oriented to business approach, so we are starting from the business plan, and starting from looking at niche markets, and this is something new for the Poland. Here I have a few examples of our work, in which sectors and in which groups we are working in Poland. The first is green technology. We are working with a group of young people who could find reasonable jobs after the study, and establish a small company, which small social enterprise, which building the houses from the client stone.
True.
Stone, yeah.
They're only using only natural products to build the house, so stone, clay, straw. That's all they use to build a house, and I must tell you that these houses are beautiful.
Yeah, and the idea is very strategic because we are now testing this approach. Last year we built the first house in this technology in Poland. Poland has a specific geographic situation, and the weather is not so good. So we need to test how it will be working during the winter and during summer, this building. But our idea is to make a joint project with the local communes. The government will give the land, and we will carry on with our enterprise and start to work with the unemployment people. During the workshops, they build the houses. They can get these houses for living, they can live there. And they also get the new skills in this construction. So I hope this year or maybe next we start the first project with Płock city. It's in the middle of Poland. We have promised to give us land, and we start the construction of first 5 houses. And the second is we are trying to work with the Ministry of Labor and build in this technology orphan houses and some social building in few places. This is a short movie showing how it's organized. We have speakers. Yes. There are not saying anything important. The social enterprise is an eco-habitat. Not big. It's something like 25 square meters. That's what's for us most important to see how this will be, working on the space.
Tak się urządzić życie, żeby tylko wozić słomę na traktorze przez całe życie.
Można pytać, można popełnić błędy, a każda grupa ma swojego przywódcę, który przekonają na rzeczy i dzielnie przekazują to wiedzę dalej.
Oni tak chętnie robią, wystarczy trafić w to, co oni akurat lubią.
She cooks for them and she just said that they love it.
Yeah, and she started the second enterprise based on the specific cuisine.
Tak szczególnych osób gdzieś tam próbuje wydostać się z tych takich sztywnych ram tego klasycznego.
To zakupowe zdrowie. Tutaj też rozprzestrzenia w samym sposób.
This is a very specific group of people. They're very much trying to escape the city and find their own way of living. And in a way, the social enterprise, one side gives them an opportunity to find work, but on the other side, they also find a society of people, a group of people that are really into the same things and have a similar point of view. And it is very often the case with social enterprises that people also find something, an added value, like community, similar viewpoints and stuff like that.
In Poland, this is very innovative that we are looking not to the disadvantaged people, but generally young people who want to, who want to go to the big companies and want to want to do something together. And this is something new in social economy, that someone want to work together to do something. Oh, this is our house at the beginning.
Not our house.
Now it's look much better. Okay, it's not so important, but to see how it's done. You can see it's a little different approach from the concentrate on disadvantages. The second thing is social innovations. This is one of our main subjects. Last year we organized the TEDx event. It was the first TEDx organized by UNDP, and we was together speakers and this event. You know TEDx for sure, yeah? You heard about it. This year we organized the second one. It will be probably about rural-urban innovations. So we have huge portfolio about it. I don't know why I always put in the wrong direction. This is the next one. We'll try to build a hostel together with the NGO from City of Łódź. And this hostel will be for orphans. After you finish 18 years, you need to go out from the orphan house. So we're trying to find a way where they can go and to work and find some new skills also. Very important on the market in this sector. Now we start the game. You know something more about this game, yes?
The idea was to help them fundraise to build a hostel. And one of the ways for collecting money was to create a game, an online game and a smartphone application that would just raise money and encourage people to fund the hostel. The idea of the game is that you have bricks and you build something, and then you have some storms and rains and stuff that destroy your building, and that's basically it. But the idea of using game to first of all promote an idea and then to fundraise is also pretty new in Poland, and we're checking how it will work.
Yeah, we made a business plan, and we know that the hostel should have 70 rooms, so it will be a huge investment in, now we are talking with the local government. Maybe they give us some old building and we're going to construct the building to the hostel. And this is, I think, the most important social enterprise which we start. It's a coffee shop, bookstore, enterprise. It's run by the people from the social housing world. It's very nice. It's called Spółdzielnia. Spółdzielnia in Polish is cooperative. This is our logo. Now we are running this business from 1.5 years, and this year we started to build a social franchising based on this. Now we finished the first phase. We write the franchising book, and it's starting to searching for other localization in Poland, which will be interested in this business. It's very profitable business in Poland, the coffee shops, especially if we have a second profit generating like this bookstore, and it's very interesting. Now we have 4 other cities interested in this franchising program. So we will develop this in the future for sure.
People working in this particular cafe are people who have for generations, or at least for a long time, been unemployed, who come from families who have no employment culture in history. So I'm just suggesting you should keep in mind the problems that might be faced by such enterprises, who employ people who haven't worked in their lives ever, or if they have, it was a long time ago.
Yeah, it's a totally different world, because it's work with the people who, I guess, it's really in different way I understand many things. And for me, it's like 1 year to start and understand what they are, on which point they are now. But it's not a huge success in terms of profit, but I think it's a huge success in terms of social development of those four persons which we working in this enterprise. In each city we want to work with a different group. For example, in Warsaw we think to work with the disabled people. In Płock there should be cooperative with the long-term employment, and this is what we are planning in the next future. That is clearly shown, and this is what our plans for the next years. From the social economy, we get the knowledge and the experience, which is now transferred to other countries based on triangular cooperation model. Now we are starting to support Iraq and working with Afghanistan and other countries transferring our experience and Polish model of social economy to these countries. So it's very, very interesting. And also countries in the region. Our experience in EU and EU funding, it's interesting for other organizations also, especially the countries which are just joining EU or will join EU in the next years in Balkans. So this is our second leg of our activities. So for us, the main things are social enterprises and the social innovation. Because social innovation, I think, is really the next phase of social economic development. Now, the most important is social business, and also at the EU level, it's many new initiatives in this area. But the social innovation will be the next. Hopefully, you met Julio. Julio was here also.
No, he will not.
No? So that's a pity. He's very, very nice and interested person from the Bratislava Regional Center. Very much focused on the social innovation and the social media. And but if you'd like to know something about social innovation, it's really interesting. And next year, it will be, I think, the main subject. How you can see, UNDP is not doing only boring reports and grabbing data, but also doing something with the people.
Surprise, surprise.
Surprise. Our office is a little different from other offices in the region. We are testing and trying to see some new approaches, how we say at the beginning. And social economy is it's one of the most interesting, I think. Have you got any questions maybe to this part of the story? Yes, please.
Please, I'm wondering how you manage multi-stakeholder participation. How do you manage it, and you still believe the enterprise will survive? Because these are different interests, divergent interests. And actually, from the examples I've seen, what is the actual production? Because I've not seen what they add to the society. It's more of what the individuals who are participating in the activities, what they get, but what else do they produce? So that people that are outside this enterprise can equally gain from it. I can't see it.
Social economy is not, it's a special small part of the market, especially in countries like in Poland, there's a huge support from EU. So it's not, our main goal is not to produce, our main goal is to support those people who are disadvantaged.
Yeah, but they're supposed to produce something.
Yeah, they are producing, they are developing some idea which could in the future, give them profit. But for us, the most important is to bring those people back to the labor market. So if they establish a social enterprise, if they start to work in this social enterprise, this is what we really want to do. And the profit is really on the second.
May I add to this, because Piotr and Justyna were focusing more on telling the story, and actually several stories. Maybe in the second part of the presentation they will move to the more general conclusions. But since you're asking the question, we're immediately going into this. Take the Spółdzielnia, this cooperative cafeteria, coffee shop. The production of this, the output of this, is 4 people who were all their life out of jobs, and they're not 15 years old, they're 17 or 20, 30, who now have not just a decent job, but they are not part of so-called risk groups, and they're not part of the clients of the social assistance networks. It has direct implication for morale in the community and the social safety and all other aspects, which are not always tangible and measurable, but they have huge economic implications as well, because the cost on the state budget for maintaining the basic provision of services and security for such people is simply lower. And the purpose of this exercise is not to scale it up and start from 4 people and multiply to 4,000 and maybe the perspective of 4 years to have every unemployed employed, but to provide models on how this can work for different specific groups in with different settings, urban, rural, and so on. The case of the first example of this straw and clay house, the production is experience and tested experience, knowledge on what kind of passive housing can be done cheaply based on local materials, with very detailed guidelines and tested into extreme conditions. It's not theory that maybe we could build some house and see how it works. Real people are building it, measuring all the elements of the process, inputs, timing necessary, the process. Then real people are living in this house. The house is full of different sensors, thermometers, and so on to measure the humidity, how it behaves when it is raining, when it is snowing, and so on. And based on this, we can say, yes, it is feasible, no, it is not feasible. This approach is good for this region, this approach is good for other region. And then the next step would be to somebody to take this knowledge and say, this approach is applicable for this group. For example, we were talking about Roma people and the recycling. A lot of Roma people are simply totally living in shacks, even in the European Union member states. So this could be one of the approaches which could be such people who could be self-employed in the process, but in the meantime improving their housing conditions. But we should be clearly defining, distinguishing the roles. In this case, the role is to produce the knowledge and test the experience, and communicate this so somebody takes over this knowledge and goes further.
Any other questions?
No.
Okay. Now we're going to move to a more practical side of the issue. As far as I know, you're already divided into groups. Is that true? Three groups. Okay. Are you sitting in these groups or not? Could I ask you to move to these groups and sit together? No.
Oni już tak druga drugą stali.
Please arrange yourselves so that you're most comfortable. Okay, so you know your reality, you know your countries, right? Your countries as far as your task now will be to think of 5 main difficulties, main obstacles, main things in your country, your group country, that will make it difficult to create a social enterprise. Meaning the enterprise that we discussed, right? And when you have these 5 main obstacles, 5 main problems, think of a way to solve it. It can be a way, meaning legislation, but it can be educational tools, it can be new technologies. Just think of ways of overcoming these obstacles, okay? You have some 20 minutes for it. Later on, we'll present the group work and discuss the issues that you have. We'll see whether you have common obstacles, common troubles in the view. Okay?
In which country?